y'all, it's Lissa aka Bangs and Glasses, and I'm back with a layout share for you all for Follow a Sketch February. So for this series, it's by Scrapping Reflections, and for this one, I'm just going to be sharing 1 week's worth of layouts at a time. And I've been slowly working through some of the sketches. I'm not even like going in order in the ones that I'm doing, but I will be showing them to you in order today. So let's start with day 1 sketch. This is the sketch for day 1. It was by Pam Callaghan. And this one was very interesting because it has these triangle shapes and then the star in the middle. And she did give you measurements, but then I had a hard time figuring out once you cut it out what to do to get that triangle shape to work. So what I ended up having to do for my layout is I basically took this star paper, the full-size sheet, and I just like cut out the shape of the whole thing, and then the pieces I wanted to use a different paper for, I used that piece from the star paper as a template to cut it out of the other paper. And then once I had that cut out, I cut out just a little bit off of each side so you could see this background paper in the back. And then I did a star die cut out of a paper using a star-shaped die. So that's how I ended up doing mine. So I think it turned out pretty similar to this sketch, but it definitely took me a bit to get it to work correctly. So this layout, it has this fun holographic paper in the back, so I think that brings a lot of sparkle and shine. This layout is just called Good Job, and it's using this holographic paper from Hobby Lobby. There's also paper on here. All these papers are from Damask Love Wildcard. There's some ephemera on here from Shimelle Little by Little, which I picked up recently in a little D-stash thing. And then these star stickers are just from Michaels and from my random bin embellishments. And this layout is just documenting me having to be a substitute at my job, covering a reading center one day. So that was me doing that. And I just journaled about that here. This is from 2022. So I do like how this one came out, but it was a little bit of a struggle to make it work. So that's day 1. Next, I have day 2, which is a double page layout, and that was by Mascarina Shirley at blogspot.com. So this is a double page layout with these big circle elements in the corners. And I did mine a little differently because I had these big frames in this collection. So I decided to use those frames as big shakers, and my photos were a lot larger as well. They were all 4x6 and then a 4x4. So this is how my layout turned out. I really love how it turned out, and then I got 2 shakers on here and got to use up a lot of sequins. So this one is just titled The Good Life, and this is using Simple Stories, My Story collection from 2023. So that's like the book themed one. And yeah, I got some sequins on here. This is a sequin mix I made. Got to use a lot of components from that collection, which is one of my favorite collections, especially this book paper here. So I use that as these little bars of paper here going across the page. So I did that, and then my title ended up being up here to the side instead of down here. And I have a big journal spot here. This layout is basically just documenting a day in the life. It's just a weekend day. I just really loved my outfit that day, and then we went, me and my husband, we went to our favorite bookstore. And then later that night, I did some crafting in my craft room, and then we watched a movie together. We watched Turning Red. So it's just documenting all of that happened that day. I really love how this green paper brings out the green of this bookstore, which is really fun. And yeah, getting to use up more of that collection and getting a lot of photos on double page layout. And I just really love how these shakers turned out. I think they turned out really fun. So that was a lot of fun there for day 2. Okay, so next we have day 3, and this is what it looks like here. It's by Kim Keen, and this one does not have a lot of paper on there. It's just kind of these stripes here, and then some mixed media, and then 3 little photos, and then the title on the side. And I did mine a little differently. There's actually Not very much pattern paper on here at all. I used a pre-made mixed media paper from Vicki Boutin here, and this one is titled just Too Much Caffeine. And I used some washi here to make those stripes, and then this is a pattern paper that had some scallops, and I just cut them out, fussy cut them, and I used a paper here just to do a lot of journaling because I had a lot of journaling to say for this layout. So I also used a bit of Maggie Holmes Sweet Story collection, which is a collection I don't have full 12 by 12 papers for. I just have the 6 by 8 paper pad. So that's what these papers are from. So this one actually does not have any 12 by 12 paper except for the background paper. And this is just documenting when I had one of the Panera charged lemonades when I was pregnant. If you're not familiar with the Panera charged lemonades, they don't sell them anymore because they had so much caffeine in them. They were giving people like heart attacks and things like that. So I just documented that whole story here and made me feel really awful. My heart was like racing, so yeah, and I was pregnant, so that was very worrying. Anyway, so I document that whole thing here in a giant paragraph. And then I used a lot of fruit themed things from that collection just because this is like a food themed layout. So there's that one. Next for day 4 here, this is a sketch by Crafty Jin Shao. This is what it looks like here. So we basically just have a big banner here, and then there's some elements at the bottom. So I tried to stay pretty true to that, and I'm using let's see, this was Simple Stories Winter Wonder, which is a collection I just picked up from Tina. Hey Tina, if you happen to be watching. So I got to use some of my favorite papers on here. This one's just titled So Cold, Burr, and it's just documenting some photos of some snow that we had back in March of 2022, which is pretty rare for us to have snow in March here in Oklahoma. So I had to document that. And yeah, I popped up some of these elements on some little foam dots just to give a little dimension. I love this snowman journaling spot. It turned out super cute. And yeah, just my first time getting to play with that collection. So that was really fun. All right, next we have day 5, and this one is by Tammy Bennett. This is what it looks like here. So we have some stripes and 3 photos, and that's what I really took from the layout, is doing the stripes and the 3 photos. So this is a baby theme layout, but no babies are featured. This was just documenting the aftermath of our baby shower, where we had all this stuff everywhere in what would eventually become Alex's nursery. So it's just titled Showered with Love, Welcome Little One. I used just one 12 by 12 paper, and then these papers are all from a 6 by 8 paper pad. So it was nice to use some of those up. This is using Echo Park Our Baby Boy, and then some Carta It's a Boy collection for some of these stickers, and then all these papers that are the stripes are from American Crafts Hello Little Boy. I feel like with baby lines you can really mix and match them however you want. And yeah, I really like how this one came out. And then I got 3 photos on here to tell the story of just what it looked like after the baby shower. Super cute. Next we have day 6, and this one has a bunch of triangular elements on there. This is from Rebecca Ludens was the name. So I really tried to emulate that and have the 3 triangles on here and then the triangles going down the side. I just flip-flopped where they were on the layout. And this layout is just documenting a little lunch date that me and my husband had at LaSalle's back in 2021. And this is using Shimelle paper from a paper pad I just picked up in a D-stash, although it is older. It's from like 2014 or something like that. And I don't know the name of the collection. It's just labeled as Shimelle. So it may even be her very first collection. And then I got some stickers on here from some things in my random bin. These chipboard pieces are from a really old chipboard from My Mind's Eye, Find Your Wings and Fly. There's even some washi on here in the back behind these triangles to give them a little landing spot. There's also enamel dots on here. I sometimes forget to use like enamel dots, but I really like how that turned out and finished things off. And then there's some little stickers on here that I just picked up from Amazon. And this one's just titled The Happiest Date. And yeah, again, getting some smaller photos documented. And I really like how this came out. I think it's lovey-dovey without being super Valentine's Day or anything, because this is from June in 2021. Just really like how all the colors turned out there. And then this is the last layout for this week. This is day 7, and this is a sketch from Creative Memories. This is a double page layout, but I just used this side of the layout to inspire me, and this is what my page turned out like. This one is just titled Good Times, and it's just documenting a photo of me at my friend's daughter's birthday party. It was like an inflatable place, and they had like black lights and stuff, so that's why the photos are purple. So I thought the purple was super fun to play up in the layout. This is using Damask Love, Life's a Party, and Girl Power, and then Pebbles, All the Cake, which is a lot of the stickers here. And this is even a little shaker, vellum shaker from Damask Love, so that's really fun to have on here. And I got some fun holographic paper and some fun acetate on here as well. I really love all the different textures that are on this layout. And that is everything I have for week 1. I'm having so much fun playing along, and I'll be back very soon with another crafty video. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!